The M4 rifle has been in a lot of Call of Duty games. In fact, I think it's one of the guns that has appeared in most Call of Duty games throughout the years. But how do all the M4s stack up against each other? Well, today we're going to take a video suggestion from viewer One Incredible Fella, I love the name, who asked a few weeks ago if I could rank every version of a certain gun. I thought it was a fantastic idea, so this is the gun we're going to start with. What is up, everybody? Jimmy or Chaos. Today we're going to be ranking every single version of the M4 that has appeared in Call of Duty. And yes, every version of the M4 will count. So we will be looking at the M4, the M4A1, the M4 Carbine, and the futuristic MV4. We're going to rank them all worst to best. You let me know what your favorite is. Drop a like. If you would like to see other reoccurring Call of Duty weapons and we make this kind of a sub-series, you let me know. Starting off at number 10 today is the Modern Warfare 3 2011 M4A1. Usually when I make an in-depth list like this, I have to really think about what's going to be at the bottom, but this one was easy. The 2011 M4A1 was absolutely terrible. No amount of specialist perks, no extra attachments, none of that would change it. This version of the M4 had a pretty standard rate of fire, but for some reason, it had some very bouncy recoil compared to every other version of the gun we're going to talk about today, and some really terrible range drop-off. And on top of all that, the iron sights were really obstructive. It was bad. I know the M4 iron sights aren't always the best, but for some reason, this version was really bad. Not only was the 2011 M4 outclassed by basically every other assault rifle in the game, it was just a horrible gun on its own. Damage drop-off, super steep. You often needed 4 to 5 shots to kill somebody, which made it feel like a pea shooter compared to beasts like the ACR 6.8, the MK14, the G46C. I could go on and on. I don't think there should be any debate or discussion on this one. It was bad. Hands down the worst M4 in COD history. Basically, every other M4 on this list is a high-tier weapon. For some reason, this one didn't make it. Before we move on, guys, if you get anything from G2A.com, consider using code CHAOS for some cash back. Whether you're getting Steam codes, gift cards, whatever it may be, the link is at the top of the description. At number 9, the Modern Warfare 2 2009 M4A1. Now, MW2 was known for its insane overpowered weapons. The whole game was overpowered, and even though nobody would have ever called the M4A1 busted or OP, it was still good. It was your starting assault rifle. Pretty average stats on paper, but it was very strong in the right hands, mainly because it was easy to use. It fired at a very respectable 857 rounds per minute, could kill in 4 to 5 shots with no stopping power. The recoil? Low. The reload animation? Pretty tight and quick, so there wasn't much difficulty in landing all your shots you needed to drop your target. You never really felt like the gun was fighting with you, which is good. Yes, it wasn't the ACR. Yes, it wasn't the Scar H, but it was still a very powerful gun. Since it was so easy to use, it was a great choice for learning the fundamentals of the game. There were even some people who decided to keep it long into the progression system. It wasn't flashy, it wasn't crazy, but it was consistent, reliable, and totally viable in a game full of ridiculous alternatives. At number 8. The Black Ops 1 Commando. It stings me. It stings me a little bit to put the Commando down at number 8 on a list like this, but I said earlier, every M4 in this list, aside from the 2011 version, is a high-tier weapon. The Black Ops 1 Commando unlocked at level 44, had some respectable stats as well as some very silky smooth handling traits that made it a fan favorite. Fired at 750 rounds per minute. Hit for between 30 and 40 base damage, which made it a 3 to 4 shot kill. In fact, in terms of time to kill, the Commando was exactly the same as the Galil and the AK-47 in that game. They also fired at 750 rounds per minute, killed in 3 to 4 shots. The main thing that set the Commando apart was the recoil pattern. Super low, easy to control, and the super satisfying pitter-patter sound it made when you used the suppressor, which I know doesn't actually affect the stats, but I loved it. Super easy to use, very reliable, very competitive time to kill. The only reason I put it at number 8 because it had a handful of drawbacks compared to other rifles in the original Black Ops. Had more side-to-side recoil pattern instead of up and down like other rifles, as well as the fact that it got destroyed by the FAMAS in terms of time to kill. But it was a fan favorite for a reason. Something about the handling speed, something about the recoil pattern, it just made it feel good in your hands. And the iron sights were some of the best in the game, so you did not have to use an attachment slot on an optic. Just talking and thinking about the Commando takes me back. At number 7. The Modern Warfare 2 2022 M4. Now, no Modern Warfare game would be complete without an M4 rifle, and while the 2022 version of the rifle was certainly nerfed from the previous game, it was still good. It was versatile, even for the slower game pace of Modern Warfare 2. The time to kill, solid, very easy to use. There was a ton of attachments, and it could stay competitive at long range and close range because of that quick time to kill in the game. Thanks to the versatility, thanks to the ease of use, the 2022 M4 was a very powerful weapon. It's also handy to have with you. I will admit, I didn't play much of this game, but whenever I watched videos and took a look at what the community was saying, The M4 was consistent, so I think 7 out of 10 is a solid place. Remember what I said earlier. Every M4 on the list is high tier, just not number 10. At number 6, the Modern Warfare 3 2023 M4. Now, since all the guns from Modern Warfare 2 carried over into Modern Warfare 3, I thought it would be only fair to count the Modern Warfare 2 version of the M4 a second time in the context of the next game, since it's a pretty different experience. Yes, the 2023 M4 is more or less the same gun as the 2022 M4, but since Modern Warfare 3 had much faster movement and a reworked perk system, I think it felt better. It's not that much better, and to be fair, the 2022 M4 is a good weapon on its own, but I wanted to at least mention this version of the gun and give it a slightly higher spot. I just think it gave you more options in terms of how you wanted to use the rifle. Now we arrive at the top 5. The COD 4 M4 Carbine. Now, the original Call of Duty M4 is still one of my favorites. I mean, the Carbine was nice, featured a pretty fast rate of fire, had one of the fastest of any M4 to date, would kill in 4 to 5 shots by default, no recoil. If you threw on stopping power, you could drop those shots to 3 to 4, which made it super satisfying with a red dot sight, that you could just beam people from across the map, and then hit that silky smooth reload animation every few seconds. The consistent time to kill made it a top-tier rifle in COD 4, and the handling speeds were pretty quick for a weapon with such a powerful long-range killing potential. The 2007 M4 Carbine laid the groundwork for every single future M4 rifle in Call of Duty. I still think it holds up to this day. If you boot up COD 4 or MWR, it feels super smooth. At number 4, the Infinite Warfare MV4. Now, the MV4 was meant to be the futuristic version of the M4. It's even called the M4 in the Infinite Warfare game file, so I think it's eligible for this list today. Despite being the starting AR, the MV4 was insane. It wasn't because it was overpowered or crazy or anything. It was just really good, consistent, really easy to use, made it extremely appealing to players of all skill levels. The MV4 had no recoil, super clean iron sights, a very competitive time to kill that did not change at long range, which made it very consistent. Up close, yes, it could get beat now by some of the SMGs, but it still had a great TTK in close quarters combat. If you backed up, well, you could delete people with a handful of shots, and since the recoil wasn't there, it wasn't hard to hit them. It was easy to use. Infinite Warfare had a lot of advanced movement options and had some weird mechanics. So the MV4 being easy to use made it very appealing to new players. But that versatile time to kill and that laser-like accuracy made it super appealing to the really good players. It got spammed a lot. At number 3, the Black Ops Cold War XM4. Now, after Modern Warfare 2 2019 was a year full of M4 spam, I think most of the COD community was ready for something a little fresh and a little new, so it was awkward when Black Ops Cold War launched and the prototype M4 was the best gun in the game. The XM4 shredded up close. Long range, didn't matter, everywhere in between. It was a prototype. Basically just a versatile attachment-filled Modern Warfare version. There was a bit of a debate in the Cold War community over whether the XM4 or the Krig 6 was the better weapon at long range, but the XM4 was a better weapon in basically every other scenario, and you could easily make the argument it was superior in long range as well. I don't know. You let me know what you think. The versatility, the attachments, the insane time to kill. The Cold War XM4 was a force to be reckoned with. At number 2, the Black Ops 6 XM4. You guys have probably been seeing the XM4 in a lot of Black Ops 6, and I have a gut feeling it's going to be nerfed in the near future, but as of the time I'm making this video, that nerf has not happened, so here it is. Pretty sure that after the Black Ops Cold War XM4 was so dominant, that Treyarch was a bit more careful with the Black Ops 6 version, but they seem to have gone in the opposite direction because this version is somehow better. The fire rate is high, the damage per shot is solid, the accuracy is amazing, and there is a plethora of attachments available that can buff up basically every aspect of this gun. You can crank up the movement speed, you can make it a long-range laser beam, you can make it a close-range beast, you can make it a little bit of everything. You name it, and the XM4 can do it. Not only is it super easy to use, but it's amazing at basically everything you want to use it for. Like I said, I'm 100% expecting Treyarch to nerf this thing into the ground because I don't think they intended for the starting AR to be this good. But then again, the XM4 was a beast for the entirety of Black Ops Cold War's life cycle, so maybe they just end up leaving it alone. What do you think? And at number 1 today, the best M4 in COD history, hands down, is the Modern Warfare 2019 M4. This was the first M4 rifle we've gotten since the original Modern Warfare 3, and you could say it made a triumphant return. This version completely broke the game, and even after Infinity Ward nerfed it several times, it remained a top-tier assault rifle, arguably the best all-around gun in the game. When you compare it to other M4s in COD history, I think it's pretty easily the best. I mean, the versatility, the time to kill, even without any attachments, doesn't matter. Fire rate above average, damage per shot very respectable, very, very powerful upper chest and headshot damage multipliers, accuracy really good by default, and then you have all of those Modern Warfare Gunsmith attachments. They can make it even more of a monster for the longest time. The M4 was the only assault rifle worth using in Modern Warfare's multiplayer, and it wasn't until the AS Val was added to the mix that it had any competition for the top spot. But even compared to the Val, the 2019 M4 deserves to be called the best rifle in the game because of how insane it was at long ranges and how much of a laser beam it was with just 1 or 2 attachments. I can confidently say, I can look you in the eye through this video and say the 2019 M4 is the best version of the gun we've ever gotten in Call of Duty multiplayer, and unless Black Ops 6 XM4 gets buffed for some reason, I don't think it's ever giving up that spot. Let me know where you agree and disagree. Let me know what gun we should cover next, and I'll see you soon.